Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So, very exciting times because tomorrow our bathroom is finally getting done. We are having our plumber, bathroom fitter person come out and make a start on our bathroom. And we are so excited because we have waited so long to have this room done. We moved into the bungalow January of last year, so it's been 12 months now. And for the last few months, the bathroom's been completely unusable. The shower doesn't work, the toilet leaks, so we haven't really used it. It's just been such a waste of space, and we've been dying to get it done. We haven't had it done sooner because we've been messed around with people like not getting back to us, and just trying to actually get someone like fixed in to do the work has been really, really difficult. Everything's been sat in the garage waiting to start this project for so long. So I am going to run you through what the exact plan and the vibe is for the room, everything that I've ordered, what we're going for, and why we decided to go down that route. So in case you haven't seen the bathroom, I'll show you what it looked like when we moved in. It's a really good size, a really good size. We actually really like the current layout that it is. It has a kind of bathtub with a shower above it tucked in the corner. The sink and where the toilet are just completely makes sense, but it is just super dated. The tiles aren't awful in there, they're just not our taste, but the lino flooring is really gross. And yeah, it just needs a little bit of a facelift. So let me show you like the vibe that we're going for in there. It's not the brightest room, so we knew that we always wanted to keep it really light, fresh, airy. You guys kind of know that our style's quite simple, and we do like a lot of whites and clean styles, if that makes sense. So we always knew we were going to keep it along those kind of lines, and we wanted it to tie back in with the rest of the house. Obviously we have like the wood flooring in the hallway and all the living areas. So yeah, we knew we wanted light white, touches of light wood, but just really nice and kind of like simplistic, and just like a nice relaxing space to be in. And I say this with so many other rooms as well, but because we're going quite, you know, simple with the style and the color palette, I knew that I wanted to bring in like the light oak tones into the room as well, because I feel like it needs that kind of like texture and just like a bit of warmth back into it, so it doesn't look super sterile. I always struggle to think where to start, like with when I'm talking through the plan. I tend to get a bit carried away, but like I said, we like the layout, so that's not changing. Just very much the vibe and everything that's going in the room. So probably the best place to start is just talking about like the tiling for like the walls and the floor. So we are going with these guys right here. So first up, the wall tile. At the moment the bathroom has like the back wall tiled, and then all the walls that go around the bath. We're going to keep it like that. I don't actually want to tile all of the walls in the bathroom. I know some people like that, but I'd rather just have this as a bit more of a statement when you kind of walk in. We've gone for this tile here. You guys might recognize this because I actually use the same tile on our backsplash in our kitchen, and I love that it's kind of tying back in. We're using the same tile in very different rooms, but I think it'll be nice that there's like a little bit of consistency there. So this is actually a pretty affordable tile. I picked these up from B&Q. I got them ages ago, and one of my tips is actually to wait for B&Q to have a sale. They have them all the time. They had a tiling sale. Sometimes they do like bathroom sales as well. And I think it was like 30% off. So I waited. I had a sample for ages and ages. So I waited till they hit the sale and I grabbed them, and I ordered loads. So it's just like a really nice, I think they're a ceramic tile. They're, as you'll be able to see, like they're not completely flat. There's a little bit of kind of character to them. They've got slightly uneven edges as well, and I'm gonna do them vertical, so like I said, across that back wall and then around the bathtub. And we're gonna keep it really simple with the grout. We're actually using the same grout that we used in our ensuite, which it's called white, but it's definitely like a slightly off-white. It has like a slightly greyish undertone to it, so you will see the grout lines, but it won't be like a really stark contrast. So yeah, I can't remember exactly how much these were, but they are very affordable for what they are, and the quality so far from what I've seen has been like really good. Obviously we haven't opened all the boxes, so hopefully there's not loads of broken ones, but I thought this would be like a nice kind of statement to have all across that back wall. Even though it's just like white and quite a simple tile, I think the kind of like irregularity of it gives it a little bit of character, and having them vertical stack will be a bit more of like a modern vibe. You could do them horizontal, brick stack them if you want a bit more traditional. But yeah, we're going for those. And then the flooring, we are trying something very different. I oohed and ahed for ages about whether we wanted tile, and I've said this before, but this house isn't our forever home. We are mainly kind of like living in this to flip it and then buy something else. So we know we're not going to be in here for a long amount of time, and I want to take that opportunity to like try different materials that we haven't had before. And this is an LVT tile, so it's a luxury vinyl tile that has a kind of like click and lock mechanism. This is from a brand called 𝐬𝐴. I will link everything down below in case you guys are curious as to what some of these bits are. But we went for tile in our ensuite, and I always wanted to try this LVT to see if we like it. I've heard really good things. It's meant to be super durable. You have to make sure you get the right ones. Like this one is literally waterproof, eco-friendly, anti-slip, child-friendly, good for underfloor heating, noise reducing, pet friendly. You don't need glue for this one. This is scratch resistant as well. So it very much ticks like all of the boxes. And again, I got this in the sale. And I oohed and ahed for ages because, so like I said, our flooring is like a really kind of warm tone light oak, and I wanted it to sit nicely up against that. So I didn't want anything too like bluey grey, because then it makes the wood floor very pinky. So I wanted something that would complement it. This actually works really well because it is grey, but it has like a really warm undertone. It's like a greyish kind of colour, and it just looks, I don't know how to explain it. I guess it's kind of like a very slight concretey effect, but it's just a really, really nice neutral colour. Goes really well with those warmer wood tones like I was saying. And it's light and bright, but there's enough of a contrast between these two that I think it will just, yeah, it will look really nice. It feels really good quality. It's pretty hard, but yeah, I think it will be nice and warm underfoot. Like, it's always horrible when you get out the shower and stuff and like you step onto a cold tile. So I'm very excited to try and test this out properly and see if I actually like it. So that is the tiling for the walls and the flooring. Obviously the walls aren't tiled, they're just gonna be painted white. There's no shock there. Next up, I'm going to talk about the bath situation. So like I said, we like the location of the bath. The size is perfect. It's a really good size bath in there already. We've just gone for exactly the same size bathtub, but the one in there at the moment is like a dingy kind of beige colour, and obviously we're just going for like a pristine white one. I actually got it from Victoria Plum. The bath itself is nothing fancy whatsoever, but I actually got it in a package deal with the shower screen as well. And I went for this shower screen because you guys know I like the black accents. So there's no surprise there are going to be black accents in the bathroom. But this one in particular is a frameless glass shower screen that actually has a arch to it as well. So I wanted it frameless because I didn't want it to kind of like, I don't know, I didn't want it to be too much of a statement, and I love that softer edge of the curve. Everything's so like straight cut in there. I like that there's like a bit of a curve to kind of break it up. So that's why I went for that one. It was £247 for both of them, and having shopped around, that was like a really good deal. I got most of our kind of stuff from Victoria Plum this time round. This is actually my first time ordering from them. But let me show you the taps that I've gone for. So we have gone for, I can't remember what you call this. It's like a bath tap. It's similar to the one that we have in our ensuite, but slightly different. So I decided to go for a mixer one like this. So you have like the hot and the cold that come out of the same one. There's actually loads of different options that you could go for. And again, black accents, but I liked that it had this kind of slightly rounded off design to it. It's not too square and kind of chunky and super masculine. It feels really, really good quality, and yeah, I think that will look really nice. So we're just going to have that on like the left hand side of the bath. For the shower head, we actually ordered this shower head when we ordered our ensuite one because we knew we wanted them to be exactly the same. So I'll show you our ensuite one. It's very simple, just like overhead shower that has like the handheld one as well. We absolutely love the one in our ensuite, and I think it was a pretty good price as well. It was £128, and the guys who installed it at the time said it was actually really good quality, because they said sometimes like they could be really plasticky, but they said it was very good quality when they installed it. So I think that's a really good price considering it looks really good, and yeah, it was confirmed that it was like pretty good quality. So I think that's everything for the bath kind of area. The only thing that I haven't got is like the bath panel. There were a lot of like places that did that included, but they were super like shiny and plasticky, and I didn't like that. So when our plumber turns up tomorrow, I'm gonna have a little chat with him and just see what he recommends. Like, I think you can use like plywood or MDF and just paint it, and I think for me, like, I just want like a matte white finish, so I think that might be a better option to get the kind of finish that we want, but we'll see what he says. Another thing that we ordered 2 of when we did our ensuite is actually our towel radiator. So at the moment there's like a really old radiator in there. It's huge, it sits right behind the door, it's kind of in the way, and it's just like a really skinny single panel radiator, not very efficient. So like I said, we got 2 radiators when we got our ensuite. So there's one in our ensuite and one to go in the main bathroom as well. It's just like a small kind of black towel radiator, so that'll tie in nicely with all our kind of like little black accents and stuff in there. Our toilet as well actually is going to be exactly the same as our ensuite one. I swear I'm like just remembering stuff. I'm like, oh yeah. Yeah, so when we did our ensuite, we're like, do you know what, like, we just want the same in both for stuff like that, and they just kind of look, although they're different rooms and they're different styles, there are certain things that are quite consistent between the two. So the toilet will also be exactly the same. We got the toilet from 𝐵&Q again when they had a big sale on for their bathroom stuff, and it is a really good toilet, but there is one thing that bugs me about it, and it's at the base of the toilet, it doesn't go all the way back to the wall, so you can see the waste pipe. It doesn't matter so much, like, you don't really notice it when you walk in the room, but it's something that I noticed after it was installed, and it kind of bugged me a bit. For the main bathroom, when you walk in straight on, like, it's really unlikely you're going to see that, so it doesn't really matter. But like, it's just something I never thought of when I ordered. I just thought, oh, that looks nice. It's like a nice kind of close couple toilet, like had nice kind of curves to it, so I was like, oh great. And it was like not expensive. It is good quality, but that's just one tiny thing that kind of bugs me about that. When we did our ensuite, I also decided that for the toilet, I wanted a black push button. When I was shopping online for toilets, you can't seem to buy them with the black push button like anywhere. They're all like chrome or whatever. So I actually ordered the push button separately. I had to buy a converter kit because apparently there's 2 different mechanisms that you can get in a toilet, I think. I don't know, it's confusing, but basically I bought a black button and my plumber installed it when he installed the toilet. So you can get the black push button on toilets, but you will probably most likely have to buy it separately. Right, let's talk about my favorite area, which is going to be like the vanity area. So you guys might remember that when we did our ensuite, we did a bit of a vanity hack, which is we used a Malm chest of drawers from IKEA and we put a sink on top of it. Now, I kind of had like mixed feedback from you guys about this. Look, most of you loved it, and a couple of you were kind of like, didn't think it was that practical because it's a laminate. And in all honesty, like, having shopped around for ages for vanities, you could go to somewhere like Victoria Plum and spend hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pounds on a vanity and it will still be a laminate. So if you are spending loads of money on a vanity, look at the material, because loads of them are laminates, and as long as it's sealed correctly and you're not like flooding it with water, I don't think there's any reason why you can't use it. So far, like, ours in our ensuite is holding up so well. It looks just as good as the day we installed it, and we are really happy, and we love it for more than that because it looks good, it's super affordable, and the storage in it is insane. There is so much storage, it's really practical. So the difference with this bathroom, so the ensuite we got the kind of blacky wood Malm one, and we just put a kind of like a countertop basin on top of it. This time we're doing something very different. So like I said, I wanted to use like the warm wood tones, like the oakiness, and we got the light washed oak Malm instead. So again, I like that they're the same but slightly different, and I wanted to try a different sink option. And I searched to see if anyone else had done this on the whole internet. I could not find it, and I can't for the life of me understand why nobody has done this before. But I ordered one of the IKEA sinks. So this is one of the proper big chunky sinks from IKEA. So it's a massive basin. It's like 83 centimeters wide. It's £95, which for a sink that big is really, really cheap. And it looks so good. It's like, looks like full-on proper ceramic-y porcelain vibes. I am in love with it. And all we're going to be doing is just dropping it on top of the 𝐼𝐴 unit. It's all built and I've made sure it all fits together, and it literally fits like a glove. So I cannot believe that nobody else has done this. So obviously, like, I've already said to my plumber that was our plan and he was happy to install that. So we will obviously need to adapt the drawers to accommodate for the plumbing to kind of feed underneath the sink. But we did that for our last one and it worked out absolutely fine. Even if we have to do a false drawer front on the top one, the amount of storage that we get underneath is like so good, and we've never had that in a bathroom before. So we're looking forward to all of the storage. And yeah, like as soon as I put it together, I was just like, oh my God, this looks so expensive. And I feel like it is the best IKEA hack in the world. Like, I'm so happy that it fits together so well, because I was really worried it wouldn't. But yeah, that has saved us a lot of money. It's got the look that we want to go for, and it saved us so much money. So we're really happy with that. Taps, obviously I showed you guys the bathtub kind of tap. We've obviously just gone for the same one but like a little single one, little mixer one for the Vanity, and obviously it has the same kind of like nice lines and stuff to it. So that was another Victoria Plum purchase. For the plug, we have gone, I think this is also Victoria Plum. I think they call this like an unslotted something or other, I can't remember. Like I said, everything will be linked down below, but it's just like a little black push mechanism thing. Just nice, simple, clean, nothing too fussy. And then for above the vanity, we are going to have a nice big mirror, and we have gone for the same mirror that we used in our ensuite as well. So like I said, there are a lot of kind of crossovers and similarities between the two bathrooms, but they are going to be very different kind of styles at the same time. And I like that there are those little similarities, but they have their own kind of different vibes as well. So we have gone for, you can tell I'm a fan of IKEA, a huge IKEA mirror. I think it's the 𝐿𝑰𝐴 mirror, it's the big circle one. They are such good quality, they look so high-end, and they are super affordable. If you buy the same sort of style mirror from anywhere else, I swear it costs like twice the price. So we are just going to get our plumber to mount that on the wall once he's done the tiles and stuff. And again, like I said, because everything's quite straight, clean cut in there, I like having like the curve of the shower screen and the kind of round mirror. I think will kind of break up those angles. The only other area that I haven't spoken about yet is when you kind of like walk in, on the very left there used to be like an electric towel heater, which we had removed when we moved in because it wasn't very safe, and we just didn't really need it, knowing that we were going to add like an actual towel radiator in there. So we removed it, and we have like this just massive empty space. So rather than it just being sat there empty, I definitely want to make use of it and add more storage, because you can never have too much storage. And I had my eyes on this for so long, but B&M actually do a range called, I think it's called like Urban Paradise, and they have a small sideboard unit which is literally like the perfect size. It's just a really simple kind of small cane sideboard. It will go really well with like the vanity, with the wood tones. I like that the cane adds a little bit of something as well. So it's all very like modern and clean, but we're adding like little bits of detail in there. And I think it'll be nice just to have like a little bit of a moment where we can have like a nice kind of picture hung there and kind of put, I don't know, stuff on top of it. And we're planning to put have it as kind of like a linen cupboard, so all our spare towels and stuff like that will kind of go in that cupboard as extra storage. So that will be really helpful as well. They have been on offer for ages. I swear they used to be like 100 and something, and then they dropped them down to 80, and I think when I picked it up it was like £60. So I need to put that together and get it all, yeah, up and running so that we can actually use it. And then the only other thing that I think I haven't spoken about is like the door. The door needs to be replaced. It's still the gross brown one. We are slowly replacing all of the doors, and once the weather is actually decent outside, it's been raining for weeks, we're going to take all the doors out and spray them. So yeah, that's going to be a big job to do, but we are getting there. Let me know if you guys want me to do like a full-on cost breakdown video. I know I kind of like touched on how much a couple of those bits up were, but I can do a full-on cost breakdown video if you guys want that or would find that helpful. I'm going to stop blabbing on now because I'm losing my voice. I have the most horrendous cough in the world, but I hope you guys have enjoyed this video or found it helpful. If you have, don't forget to give it a thumbs up because it really supports my channel, and if you haven't already subscribed, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And yeah, I'm going to be documenting the whole process day by day, what's been done each day, and then obviously I'll be showing you like a bit of before and after and what it's like. And I also need to film an updated house tour because it's been a year. I want to show the progress that we've done over the whole year. So if you want to stay up to date with all that stuff, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.